Good morning. How you feeling this morning?
Super sleepy, but it's time to pray.
Amen.
So guys, I am going to be taking y'all on a trip this morning. Y'all have been asking how I manage it all. I'm not going to tell you, I'm going to invite you into it. So this is my office / prayer room / toy room. I really have an affinity for sitting on the floor. I don't know why. Maybe it's humility. I don't know. But this is generally where I grab a pillow. And this is my spot. As you can see, this is the place where I have time to look at Jace, Josh, and Judah's behavior from the day before. So they are here with me as well. Currently, they're still sleeping, thank the Lord. But yeah, we'll jump into that in a little bit. So we're going to pray with the Ford City church people. Starting here at 7, and we'll go from there. It is currently like 5:50 in the morning. So my voice sounds like a man a little bit, but it's all good. It'll get warmer. You'll hear more of the normal Jackie here soon. Janaya will probably be calling, which is my assistant, in about 3 minutes to see if I'm actually up. So yeah, I'm so sorry. It's all good. Good morning, Janaya. So we are at 5:59. We're getting ready to jump in. What is the date? Today is the 12th. 5:12. Okay.
Recording in progress.
All right, it's 6 o'clock. Morning, great people. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Can y'all type in the chat how y'all are feeling this morning? Just one word to describe how you're feeling, how you're doing this morning. Generally, when I was working out, I would do it every other day because you give your body a day to recover. I'm not really trying to lose weight. I just want everything tight. So I was like, I don't really need this every day. And she said, Ma, I really think you should push through. And it was what I needed, and I really appreciated that push. And so I just wanted to challenge you all to make sure that you have people like that in your life. Janaya's little small word, even though she wasn't jumping in with me at the moment, really pushed me to give it all I had. And that's sometimes all you need. You need somebody to remember the goal that you set for yourself. You need somebody to remind you that it's going to be worth it, even though it may be hard, even though it may produce sometimes some ability, some measure of uncomfortability. It's gonna be worth it in the end. I can't imagine what level you'll be at in terms of your spiritual appetite and spiritual discipline at the end of this year because of how well you've been stewarding your time. It might be uncomfortable to get up at 6 a.m. It may be uncomfortable to stay focused or even steward your night. And I think sometimes we don't even think about that. The ability to even get out of this time what we need all starts the night before. If we don't get to bed on time, although we get up to look at each other, it may not be the most fruitful. And so I just kind of wanted to add that to anybody that may not be getting the fullness out of this time. Make sure that it starts at night, that you're getting to bed in a decent time where when you get up in the morning, you're actually like, Jesus, what do you say? Not half sleep. I've been there sometimes where I jumped on here with y'all and I was like, Lord Jesus, when is 7 a.m. coming? So I go on mute at this point, and it's my time to kind of steward my own time with the Lord. And so I'll just start I start every one of my entries with good morning, Daddy, and just kind of telling him how I'm feeling. Oh man, it's a beautiful morning, God. Something that I often do, it's a book that taught me. It's called Praying the Word of God. It's by Donald Whitney. Essentially, if I read something that I really want to show up in my life, I'll pause to take it out of the context of the biblical times and actually just pray it directly over my life. And so that's what I'm going to do today. I'll read until I feel like something jumps out and is loud to me. Chapter 14, that was really, really good. A lot of good stuff in there. You should read it. Really good. We have 5 minutes before I'm supposed to stop time with them with prayer. So I am going to look to see how Judah, Jace, and Josh did. It says that we had a tough time following directions this morning during instruction. We'll try again tomorrow. So me and Judah will talk about that generally when he wakes up. Like, Judah, make sure you pay attention. and then I'll just sign off on it. And at the end of the week, she'll basically write how well he did in these different areas and following directions, blah, blah, blah. And then I give a signature. And I have that for all 3 boys. So it kind of keeps me in the know, which I am a very hands-on mama in terms of education and wanting to know, you know, how well they're doing and how I can help. So after we wrap up here, I am going to have 30 minutes for myself. I'm going to have to iron clothes. And then after I iron clothes, I'll have probably about 25 minutes or so to get my bath and throw on something decent enough to show up in the office. It will not be how you see me on platform, but I will look okay. And then I'll have about 45 minutes or so to get them dressed, get them down here to eat breakfast. So we're going to have some fun once the boys get up because they are a whole mood. All right. All right, family, it is 7 a.m. I'm so excited for you all. I pray blessings over you. I'll see y'all tomorrow, 6 a.m. Love y'all. Oh, Jesus. My legs are sore. Jesus. Oh, boy. I want to say this, too. Because sometimes when you think about, like, oh, my God, she just had this amazing word and prayer and all that, you'll be like, man, I'm just sleepy. And I am still sleepy. I just want that to be heard because I don't want you to feel like you will just have these super spiritual emotions at all times. You can still be sleeping, but the thing that I always will kind of weigh it against is I would rather have a word from God that would encourage me and be sleepy than to be sleepy and burn out, or to be sleepy and be at a deficit all throughout the day. It will have an effect on how I mommy. It will have an effect on how I wife and how I show up even at work today. And so that's part of the reason why I just count it to be worth it. So, and I know many of y'all can attest to there are times that you got to sleep, but to sleep, even though you got to sleep, you still woke up sleepy, and then you woke up without a word to carry you. So yeah, just push in. One thing I always try to tell myself in the mornings where I wake up is probably after about the first 10 minutes or so, you just get used to being up and it won't be as bad as you think. So give yourself the first 5 minutes and just kind of shake it off. It'll be worth it. As you can see, this laundry room is a hairdresser. It is a refrigerator area, got laundry, and we iron clothes. So I'm just a regular human too, okay? We do a lot in one place. We're done. Now I have roller skates on. All right. Whatever. I'll see you in a minute. A 12-minute bath and hair wash, which I forgot I needed to do because we have to shoot today. I had about 5 minutes to do everything else. Hey, buddy. You ready? Let's do it. So Auntie Asia's gonna be with us today. We're gonna be showing people a day in the life of how we do life together, okay? You ready?
That's cool.
It's cool?
Do I have school?
Do you have school? Of course you have school. Pop Pop. So Poppy is my little boy. He never likes to wake up, so it's always a task for him. And this is what I do every day. I generally lay their clothes out on the floor. I had to iron their shirt, so I'm just putting it down. But the big boys will get up, brush their teeth. Hey, bud, come on. And start throwing on their clothes as I go grab Judah. Come on, bud. It's okay. It's okay. Come on. All right, boys, listen. I'm going to grab Judah. I need your clothes on by the time I get over here, okay? This one right here is for me. Cocomelo. Buenos dias. Buenos dias.
Sonic.
Sonic? You dreamed about Sonic? What was he doing? Was he going really fast? So they get baths at night. It's the only way that we would make it out on time. So they literally only have to throw on their clothes, wash their face, brush their teeth, and eat. Go get your socks on, Jace. So family, I am not the mother that be chefing it up. All things in the morning are frozen. They will be waffles or pancakes. They will get some fruit. And that's about it.
Waffles!
Did we do waffles yesterday or pancakes? We did waffles yesterday, so Judy gets pancakes today.
Mommy, Josh wanted.
It doesn't matter. Get your apron.
We have some
Did you get Judith's apron?
See, Mom, he said he.
No, we get pancakes. We had waffles yesterday.
First of all, you could just say excuse me. Okay, what did you just call me?
Y'all be good.
You just called me.
Josh? Josh?
Yeah.
Do you have your apron on? Judy, what's up?
Jay, did you just call me?
Josh, get your apron on.
He called me trash. Tasha. Jay, did you call me Cha-Cha or Papa or Kaka?
You need to put your apron on and sit down like I asked. Thank you.
Jay, this girl agrees with me.
Why you gotta be so late, Josh?
How'd you know that?
Did you get Judith's out, Jace?
Right here.
Is it right here? So this is another mom hack. If you want to be able to get your kids dressed and they stay clean, I just bought aprons because it covers every part of them. Because they like to waste everything.
Mommy.
Mm-hmm.
Mommy.
What's up? Pull it up to your next and serve. You got strawberry pancakes. On time. I've currently been up for 3 hours and I have not even made it to work yet. So this is the life of mommy pastor wife. What type of makeup do you, I said makeup, not makeup. What type of deodorant do you use? I currently, and I've always had an issue, right? So my left arm acts like it is my dad's, and my right arm has always been my mom's. Right arm, it cooperates. My left arm is a little renegade, does not care what you put on. It literally decides that it wants to smell like what it wants to, and I'm sick of it. And I dealt with it for a while. I've got something that was working, and I don't know if hormonally things have changed. Nothing's working for me. So ladies, let me know what type of deodorant you use, because I hug thousands of people all the time, and I don't want to be stained. That's all I got. Just need to know what y'all putting under your arms. And I need one of them girls, like them real sisters that you know your window closed, like that kind of sister that you know you need to have something real strong. I need some strong stuff. So I've tried Travis Mill stuff, like y'all, I've tried everything. Nothing's quite hit it for me yet. So, as you can tell, I still use dirty makeup brushes, and I did hear all of your recommendations. One girl DM'd me a video of this girl washing all her brushes. I thought it was so cute. I am going to try it one day. The one day has not showed up yet, but it's gonna happen one day. So, you know, we leaders and women empowerers can often find ourselves doing all the pouring and in a place where we're not getting enough or prioritizing enough time to go and do the same for ourselves. We get really good at telling people what is right to do, and I had to catch myself with that. There was a time where it was like I had poured and poured and poured, and I got to my room and I remember sitting on my bed and I was just like, God, this isn't the way. And so you're gonna have to help me. And there was a couple things I did. I got with my assistant to build a rhythm of at least every quarter I go to a a different conference, and not to speak, but to actually just support and to be poured into. Or so, like for instance, I'm going to Tasha's live recording. I don't have anything to do there other than be a good friend, and it's just a place for me to really worship. I love worship, and so although like Travis is a singer, like the girl, she really finds her happy place in worship. I don't know if you've ever seen me on a Sunday. It's a thing. Like I lose it with God in worship, and it's just a place where I refill. And so that's a moment for me. And my best friend will be going with me, so it'll be like a best friend trip, and we haven't taken one of those in probably since before I had any children. So it's gonna be really fun. So I try to do stuff like that. I do like massage, nail and toes at least once a month. Just as a way, I just go to sleep. Like, I really don't know what they do. They probably could be singing ABCs and fa la 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 la, doing nothing to me when I get a massage, because I am asleep. It's just a time for me really to relax. So I do things like that. I take trips with my husband. We'll be going to Hawaii on a couples trip in August coming up. So we really try to make sure that Travis and I generally try to take about 2 to 3 trips a year. We take 3 trips with the boys, and I try to get in a couple girls trip, whether it be like one with my mom or one with myself. So I'll be taking all of my coaches from those that are helping me steward the banner of Permission Room and World. Well, it's actually the girls are going from Rome, but anywho, we're going to Knoxville. So yeah, I'm always trying to make sure that I have ways. That's going to be a Priscilla Shire conference that we'll be going to in, I think it's July. The compliance thing is something. It's more to it. I keep thinking about like with jobs, like they have compliance issues. Like when you don't obey, almost it's like when I think about the difference between compliance and obedience, you have choice. So like with obedience with the Father, He gives you the right to choose to obey. With compliance, it's almost like a forced go along. Like, and that's kind of how your defaults bully you. It's like, this is what you always do. This is what everybody else do. It's like, you don't even get to choose the right to, if that makes sense. That's what makes obedience powerful. Like you get the right to choose, like this is the path and the way I'm gonna go. I'm gonna ponder on it more, but it's like, it's something big about that to God. Like that's why free will is so important. Like with compliance and with a job, oftentimes there is no option. When God believes in Himself so much that He gave us the option to choose to obey Him. He believes His way is so much better that He doesn't force His way. Like it's not like a compliance issue. It's like, no, I'm giving you the right. Like I give you the option to choose my way for you to find it to be good for you. But the beauty of and the power of obedience is that you had a choice. When you're forced to comply, it's like militant. There is love. Yeah, you don't see goodness in it. It's almost robotic, and it's less than obedience. Obedience, there's a fundamental ingredient of love, and a higher way, because it gives you the right to find out, like, oh my God, like this is better for me because you had choice. Like
that's really good.
Yeah, it's so much. Beauty is what comes to mind when I think of obedience. Compliance almost looks like you marching to the beat of someone else's drum, or like being set in a pattern that there is no choice. But when you stop to obey, it's almost like you erect and say, like, this is what I'm gonna choose to do. Like I'm putting my foot down to the side that there's a better way for me. It's power associated. It's freedom. It's freedom associated with obedience. Compliance is almost mandate. So yeah, I would probably bring that into it too.
And that's not love.
It's not love, and it's not the Father's way. Yeah.
And that's why it feels like, you know, when we are, like you said, going on these like cultural norms and like we feel bullied almost.
You do.
Like,
And you feel like a free, it chokes out life because you're like, okay, everybody do this. So I'm like, but when you choose obedience, there's such a freedom, like, because you know, like, no, like I tried it the other way and I chose to go this way. And when you find like, man, this choice really led to life, it is so liberating, you know? And I think about with compliance, punishment is associated with lack of compliance. Like, it's like, oh man, you're afraid to not show up, or you're afraid that, like, you want people to rise to the next level to actually decide to obey, not just comply, because comply is involuntary. It is.
That's really good. That's really good.
So the one thing I'll tell you, and it was a thing that I even wanted Asia to pick up on, it's very important. I can just tell you for myself as a student and also a teacher, you always want the student to be able to get their full thought out in a way that it stays true to what the father told them. Even if somebody tells you something good that doesn't come alive in your heart, don't say it. And I'm not saying it in a way that you dishonor the person that's leading you, as much as you have to be what you give, which is why I love that you talked about that it is something that the Father taught you first. It won't come across powerful, even if it theologically is sound or sounds good. If the Father doesn't make it alive to you, anointing and oil isn't on it. And so I just wanted to tell you that, like, as you're leading people to do the same that you're doing, you always want them to be empowered to share the fullness of what the Father said to them, only adding to the thing that He said, if that makes sense. You don't want them to go on a whole different path that the Father did make live, because there's no authenticity in it. So yeah, being totally led and clear, that's really good. And it's true.
Yes,
it is so true. You can get lost in the sauce quick.
Yes.
Like, who am I? I don't know nothing about myself.
And I'm like,
and it's just a lack of his guidance, lack of acknowledgement of His presence in any space. That's so good. I love that definition. That's powerful.
I don't ever want to, like, I do, like, if whoever I date again, I never want to be confused about, like, if there's ever a moment that comes up, like, what am I doing? No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. The relationship should only come to add clarity to what you already saw before. Not confusion. Because chaos is not an attribute of the Father. It is not His way.
You be thinking you be clear for so long. It only takes a second.
Dang.
It only takes a second to go from being clear
to like, what in the world? God realized I don't know what I'm doing in life. And He's like, all right. The moment you start acknowledging me again, I love it. I love it. It's really good, man.
Really good now.
I love that you're bringing real life examples of what's happening, how this applies to your own life. It makes it powerful for people. You want to show them themselves, but you always want to show them you too. You know. I put on my makeup before I recognized that my shirt was still kind of wrinkled, and I can't really get it off without putting makeup back on it. Just have to make it work. So, moments away from podcast land. Just trying to get it to at least look a little more straight. Got some lip gloss on it. I love the people to see the real. Yes. Try not to burn myself. Y'all are gonna be like, what in the world do PJ be doing? Just make it happen, guys. I think I'm a little. It's warm up there. If I burn myself, guys, it's my fault. Alright, I'm gonna let that work. Hopefully it's enough. Okay.
That's probably one of the ghettoest things I probably ever seen.
You gotta make it happen, eh? All right, girls. So we're getting ready for podcast number 1. I think this one is Sis You Can't Do It All, right? It's gonna be good. Let's go. I was like, see, people need to know real. You have to get innovative.
That is incredible.
Yes. I invited her into the closet to watch me. She said that might have been one of the most ghetto things I've ever seen. I was like, I learned.
And dangerous. I mean, literally.
Yeah, it was really dangerous.
Nobody.
I like the rap. I know. See me, I do all things. You didn't know.
It's just been up since like what time?
4:30.
You ready? I'm ready. Like 4. That was cool. Ready?
3, 2, and 1.
Hey guys, we are back for Permission Talk episode number 4, and I'm telling you, we've been having a good time. I got my sis Keisha here and Janaya as well. Again, for the 4th time, God has really been blessing us through this conversation, not just for you, but I feel like it's been a really good time. Honey, we are done with 1 podcast, taking pictures now, getting ready for 2nd podcast. It's not even halfway yet. We are literally probably not going to finish until about 10 tonight. Yeah. I feel sweaty. Do my face look sweaty? I smell it heating up. So I asked the ladies earlier today, I was asking what deodorant they use. So my sis over here, she gave me, what is it?
It's Secret Clinical Protection. It's like clean.
It's not too vibey yet, but I feel it warming up. I'm trying to find the right deodorant, and I need to hear from y'all, okay? This one. No, I'm not that girl. No, I'm just phone. I have a left and right arm that are from different places. Okay. By far. Like, one is definitely a woman, and another one is, I would call it it's a man. It's not a child. It's not an adolescent. It's a grown man. And so I've been trying to handle it. I hug too many people, and I love to hug, and it's just not, it's not doing what it should do.
I have another question for you.
What's up? You've been doing a good job, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Now, how do you handle, or do you feel like was there a season in your life, like as you go to new levels, because you were single, then you had 1 child, then you had 2 child, then you had 2 child, and then executive president, and then like, how do you handle the levels? Like in between every transition, do you get like, oh my gosh, this is a lot?
Every time. My brother Matt, who's over here taking pictures, can attest to this. I remember when we moved into our house, and everybody's like, oh my God, new house, bigger things, more stuff. And I remember literally crumbling under the weight of trying to furnish that house. Like, I was at my end. Like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know why, God, you gave us this house. Like, sometimes, and I think that's why I'm always trying to help people understand, like, all the things that we ask for, you need to ask for a whole lot of more things when you're asking for that. Because I didn't know the amount of endurance I would have to have with the buying process. I didn't know, not just the furniture, I'm talking about even getting the home, having to figure out, how to pull the money, and being able to even sustain. Like, I didn't used to worry about landscaping with our old house. Like, I mean, it's literally a plan for all of the different things. And so it just becomes a lot. And you can relate that to any area of your life. So it's not just a big house. It's like, oh God, I've never owned a business before. How do I have administrative, wherewithal to be able to handle this and different things like that? It's okay to give yourself grace as you settle in with the transition. You will feel it, and it will be hard initially, but like I was telling you, 5:30 and having to get 3 boys to school and making sure they look nice and all of the extracurricular activities alongside all of the new things that I'm doing, it's become more of a rhythm now. It was not that way initially, and that's why I tried to talk about it throughout the first podcast. I was just like, oh my God, like, what have I got myself into? I was immediately thinking, like, can I keep giving this yes? And I think that's what you also have to think about as you are asking the Lord for stuff, like, Lord, I think I want this in this season. Am I ready to handle what I'm asking for? Because he's more aware of what we really need than we know. Yeah.
That's good.
Give yourself praise. A makeup artist.
Yeah, I was say pastor, mother.
Pastor gonna makeup artist?
Yeah.
I love it.
When your pastor tell you increase it.
I didn't say that. That was Asia.
Oh, that is it. What is this called?
This is called setting
But you
powder.
also didn't,
I didn't
see a little bit of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna always tell you the truth. I got you.
I love that she is. It's a reminder to me
Preach, man.
that the blessings of the Lord can make us rich and has no sorrow.
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
That's always what it reminds me. It's evidence.
My God. I think I forgot all of it.
Do I still have to dust off that thing?
Yes. You're gonna have to put dust back on it, powder back on it, and redo your blush.
Okay.
Do you have that? Okay.
If you don't, I do. I love this purple.
She said she didn't bring something, so I don't know if
She didn't bring
I didn't bring
powder.
powder.
Yeah, you're set.
Okay.
But you need to make sure you repowder, reblush, and come back in, and I'll spray you so that it'll warm your face back up.
Got it. Something just happened. Something just happened.
You baking?
I'm baking. How long do I bake?
Oh, it's set because I didn't go all the way. Yeah, I just gave you a little light on top.
I'll do that.
you can get it.
That's my I don't know where my top went. And I remember a time, like, I was just like, God, I don't know what to say. And I can remember running out of service, like out of the actual 642 and hiding in our office. Like, I would go to the bathroom just because I didn't want, like, they kept calling me pastor. And if I'm a pastor, then I need to know how to pray and I got to have something to say. And I didn't really feel like I had nothing. And the lack of not feeling like I had anything because of the pressure of the title would choke out the space to even hear. And it wasn't until I let it go. I was like, if I come in here and I don't have anything to say, I'm okay and I'm still a pastor. Like, I don't have to fit into the box of what other people did, other people do or say. It opened me up to, like, be my version of a pastor. Like, I don't have to be Matt. I don't have to be Travis. Like, I can be who I am in this season. If, you know, he want to prophetically spoke to them and he ain't doing that yet, I'm okay. Like, I was open to him doing that more in me when he wanted to.
That's what I'm learning.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't. I'm just kind of like, oh God, okay, we had to go there. Like, we've been dealing with this like at home ourselves, but like you said, it chokes out so much, and I have to settle that first part of, like, Lord, however you want to do it with, like, with me and you, then I have to be okay with that. Like, before anything else, like, he's settling that in me first, and so yeah.
Because if you show up to do it before it's settled, man, I ain't telling you what I heard about. That was a struggle for me of why I tried to carbon copy Travis for a long time. Why it was such a, like, it is, you know how you talked about, like, the gift with adding no sorrow? It was sorrowful because it wasn't a gift yet, it was a need. It was a need to affirm.
Jesus.
It's a gift when I'm sitting at this table and if this table never showed up, I was as good being Jackie. This table don't do nothing for me. But I remember when it would have. And it has to be that way for it to be a gift. If you waiting like, oh, when they gonna call my name, when I'm gonna show up, man. If I'm not even kidding. Like, I love to minister and report people. If Travis never put my name on a document to ever speak on that stage, I promise you. And I'm not saying that in a, like a fake way, because I remember, people be like, oh, I don't never need to preach. I remember when it wasn't that way, but I promise you, it's a lot to it. And I don't need it. I don't. Because I do feel more comfortable than I've ever felt with just being who I am. Than ever.